So I've got a couple questions written down for Dr. Hoppick, but we have plenty of time for you guys to ask 2 or 3 as well.
So I do family medicine here in town at Webb and 21st Street. Yep. Yes, sir.
What was the best experience you had with your lawn?
Question was, what was the best experience that I had from my lawn mowing? Well, I'm sorry, but Mrs. McKinley was a pretty top one. I mean, that was a pretty good one. I have to say, you know, when you have that kind of thing. I'll tell you one that maybe one of the more interesting, I think, a funnier one is that. So I'm now in medical school. Well, 2. One, I'm in medical school, and it's this time of the year. In fact, it was a Saturday afternoon. Weather was about like this, and I'm lining up another half a dozen lawns because I just got to kind of finish the complement for the year. I've gone over to the wilderness side, so over at Rock Road and 29th Street. I'm right in that area. Nice set of town, beautiful homes, great lawns. These people, you know, so that's where I'm knocking on the door. And the dean of the medical school answers the door. He says, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Trying to get some lawns to mow for the year." He says, "Well, you're a med student. What are you doing this?" And so I told him that. I got to speak at his funeral just the other day, and what a treat to after all of these years. I said, "I'm not a man even worthy of mowing the lawn of Dean Meek," but we became close friends and colleagues through that. But it was always fun. He said, "I appreciated the audacity and the veracity of a medical student knocking on my door asking to mow his lawn." Second one that I thought was rather interesting was same time I'm doing surgery rotation. So remember, I'm a doctor in training and I'm a lawn boy. Okay, so doctor, lawn boy, and so now it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm doing surgery, and we're going in. I've got my cap on, the whole thing. You know, so Mrs. Jones, so tell me, what are you here for? I'm having a breast biopsy. So how was that determined? Well, they did a mammogram. It's got a bad spot. It's the left side. Okay. So I'm sitting here doing the breast exam on this lady, right? And she looks up at me and goes, "Aren't you my lawn boy?" And I go, "Oh my goodness, Mrs. Jones." So I had some explaining to do, little explaining to do there. So is my lawn boy my surgeon, or is my surgeon my lawn boy? I mean, it's either way, it just feels wrong, right? Can I just say? That was maybe one of the more interesting ones. Great questions, thank you. Anybody else?
I've got one for you, Dr. Hoppick. Can you tell us are you still in business now? Like, what, do you still kind of have that itch to have your scopes out? And yeah, tell us, have you ever recovered from being the door knocking lawn guy?
So, thank you very, very, very much. And the answer, it changes form. For me, it changes form. So for instance, I have not found myself, my calling in this world has never been as a serial entrepreneur. Some people will start a business, grow the business, sell the business, start another business, grow the business, sell the business. They have this knack for a great idea, wants to develop that. That really has not been me. But I've never ever been able to shake the concept of always looking to see how can we improve our community, how can we improve our neighborhood, how can we improve this business that I'm in, what can I do that's going to make my patients better, how can they receive better care, how can I grow my patients? What's the secret sauce? You say, thank you. Say thank you. It's the craziest thing, gratitude. So those particular things, Joe, continue to be the case, but it's changed forms. Like I said, I mentioned that the business in Africa. My heart broke in 2000, shortly after 2000, after the genocide in Rwanda, and over 1 million people macheted to death in a 100-day period of time in a country that's in shambles, broken down. And I'll give you this one. I'm standing overlooking a lake in the rural, right on Lake Kivu in Rwanda. And there's a pile of rubble. And this rubble used to represent about 70 years of a home that was used by missionaries, where they could pull away from the work that they were doing, come together, worship the Lord. They were able to gather together, be family. This is the place for their to recharge. And my heart broke over this. What stood before me, here's where I'm going with this. What stood before me was a pile of rubble. But what I could see was the beautiful respite, a home, a place away from home, an opportunity for ministry. And so because I could see in that rubble what could be, I began to believe that maybe I had a role to make a difference in that. I contacted a friend by the name of Dr. Todd Stevens, who was a missionary there, and I said, Todd, what would it take to make this happen? He says, I think we could get that thing done for just a few $1,000s. And I had the courage to say, I think this one's mine to do. And so today, I call it my lake house, in looking over Lake Kivu in Rwanda. This has been used by hundreds of missionaries as they are recouping and restoring themselves as they get back to go on and preach the gospel in Burundi and Rwanda. The ability to see, the willingness to believe that maybe I have a role, and the willingness to use your hands to make it happen.
Love it. Thank you.
Anybody else? Then with that, I will say thank you. God bless you. I hope this works out well for you. I know it will. I'm going to take my